just as a quick background, I guess, of Ant Financial. I mean, you have such a large customer base. Obviously, you've given access to Alibaba. Talk to us about how you're changing financial services experiences for a lot of your customers there, and talk to us about the progress you've made over the last 2 years.
Yes, so I think what is special about China's fintech is the sheer size of scalability. While outside of China, many people are talking about the prospect of fintech. Actually, in China, fintech has become a lifestyle. People can use the financial service to do so many things. They can do online shopping. Of course, they can actually go to restaurants, book hotels, go transportation, etc. So, in this sense, we think that it's like a more advanced stage of fintech is we call this FinLife. That is a seamless combination of financial services and our real-life use cases powered by technology. So in the past several years, in addition to Alipay, we have more than 520 million active users. But in addition to that, I think we started in 2010. We provide microloans. We have, in the past 7 years, we have provided microloans to more than 7 million small and micro enterprises and startups. In addition to that, in 2013, we started to work with fund companies, and we we reduced the, yes.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering because we're looking at certainly a lot of progress in a lot of areas. You mentioned microfinancing, for example. I'm wondering whether or not you're starting to feel that you're starting to, I guess, compete directly with traditional financial institutions in China.
Actually, we do not. The common phenomenon in finance is that finance is so far from being inclusive globally as well as in China. And for fintech companies, our strength is technology. So we see a great future of the collaboration with the financial companies because our strength is technology and their strength is finance. And together we can provide a more user-centric service to everyone in the world.
Now, one of your premier products, and I use it as well, I know a lot of people who use it, Alipay. Now, what's happened over the past 18 months or so is that a lot of your competitors, like WeChat Pay, for example, have started to catch up. If I'm not mistaken, if you look at certain other metrics, WeChat Pay's already overtaken Alipay. Do you need to change your strategy, and how concerned are you over competition?
As I said, finance is very far from inclusive. But payment is just the starting point. And in the future, we perceive that everybody will have a customer-centric financial life. So in addition to payment, you're going to have wealth management, you're going to have consumer loans, you're going to have insurance services, credit scoring services, etc. So there's a long way to go. And for us, there could be competitors, but we see the space as essentially as a blue ocean. So what we do care about is to provide more services to our customers. And in the future, probably, when people think about financial life, they will think about us. I think that's what we're aiming at.
Long, just one last thing on Alipay. You mentioned it's a blue ocean out there for payments, online payments. Just to be clear, you're not at all concerned that the likes of Tencent have started to catch up with you?
Sorry, I missed your question.
I just wanted to know whether or not you're concerned or not over your competitors like Tencent starting to grab market share from Alipay.
Well, as I said, it's a blue ocean. So what we care most is how to serve our customer better. And actually, there's a lot of creativity that can be done using fintech. But let me give you one particular product to illustrate this point. So in the last year, we started to provide a product called On the Forest. You can actually start to plant trees, virtual trees, in Alipay's app. So what this does is to actually use the Alipay's mobile payment technology and big data technology to track consumers' carbon footage. So let's say today you decide to instead of driving to work, you decided to take a subway. How much carbon reduction that can be done, that can be translated into little green balls. If you collect those balls, this little tree in Alipay's app will grow. And when it grows into a full tree, a real tree will be planted in the desert. So in the past year or so, more than 230 million users have opened up this service, and more than 10 million trees have been planted. This means more than 3% of the global population actually are observing their carbon footage and are planting trees every day. So by solving a real-world problem, actually that makes our customers like our products better. So I'm trying to use this example to showcase that there's so much creativity can be done using the fintech.
In terms of growing your business then, where are you looking? Because I know you serve China very well, both domestic and as the Chinese travel abroad. You're looking also at developing markets. Which specific countries and economies are you prioritizing at the moment?
Yeah, we can see that. So the sheer what's special about China's fintech is, again, the sheer size of scalability in the sense that hundreds of millions of people are actually using the products daily. And we can see that can be replicated in many areas in the world. Abroad, we have two strategies. One strategy is to help the Chinese tourists to enjoy consumption when they're abroad. The second is to cultivate local partnership to help the local users to get access to financial services. So we actually emphasize on countries with wide mobile device coverage and a large unbanked, underbanked population, which fits our mission.
And Chen Long, just very quickly, are you concerned over your planned acquisition of MoneyGram? And do you think that's going to go through?
Well, I cannot comment directly about this. It's in the process, but we do believe that if that goes through, it will really help reduce the transaction cost for cross-border payment. That will help for hundreds of millions of people across the world.